One time, when Santa was delivering presents around the world, the police thought he was a burglar who was dressed as him. They locked him up in a cell and started asking him for his real name. Name? Santa Claus. Name? It's Santa Claus. Name? I'm telling you, it's Santa, Santa, Santa. Can you understand that, sir? Oh. Alright, Santa. Maybe a couple hours in the tank will change your mind. But it wasn't a couple of hours. It was 100 years. Throughout these 100 years, there came no presents at all, and that made the children quite sad. When Santa kept convincing the police that he really was Santa, they locked him up in a psychological hospital, and he was never released, not even to give toys to the children around the world. Nobody celebrated Christmas after that, because why would they if no presents was given to the children? Then the police realised that he really was Santa Claus because he hadn't aged a bit. Now Santa was in this future where everything was so futuristic, like hover cars, and no one believed in Christmas anymore, or Santa Claus. Not even his reindeer were around to wait for him because they went back to the North Pole, and now Santa was stuck in this country without any magic or anything. And the only magic that could be done is if people believed in him again, as well as Christmas. Meanwhile, there was once a teenager named Sam who was so interested in the Christmas tradition that he studied it throughout his entire, I don't know how long he did it for, but he did. He read about Father Christmas and what he did, and he was so interested in that he wanted Father Christmas to come to his house one time and give free presents to him. This lad was very kind of heart, and he hoped and hoped and hoped that one day his wish would come true. And this caused Santa Claus to feel something in him. Some sort of magic was sparking in him after all these years of no Christmas spirit. The magic was telling him where to go, and he ended up in the apartment where Sam lived.
Ho, 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 said Santa. I never felt this jolly in years.
Sam couldn't believe what he was seeing. The real-life Santa, or was it a fake? No, it was real. He had to believe in it.
I just felt that someone had believed in the spirit of Christmas, said Santa.
Oh yes, said Sam. I've always been fascinated by Christmas. I love the idea of getting gifts for Christmas.
No one seems to believe in me anymore. What happened? Said Santa. Oh, yes, I know. They locked me up and then no more Christmas for how long has it been? Never mind then. It's good to know that you believe in Christmas. And me. One is just enough to bring the spirit of Christmas back.
Yes, and there was enough magic to bring Santa and the boy to the North Pole, where everywhere was deserted because there were no elves working.
Oh dear,
said Santa.
Well, Sam, if you believe hard enough, you can set the elves back to work and all the toys will be just like how they used to be. Except with new ones, I mean.
But, said Sam, I don't really know how to do it.
If you can have a dream about it, said Santa, you can imagine it too, and believe it is there. It's all up to you, my boy. I can't do it myself.
So Sam had to imagine the elves are actually working in this workshop, and he had to keep saying to himself, the elves are working here, the elves are working here. I believe that the elves are working here.
After a matter of time, the elves were actually working there, and everything was set for Christmas Day the next day. Now, if you excuse me, said Santa, I must go back to Santa Claus.
After the Mrs. Claus has organised everything for Santa, and that the elves had finished all the toys that children may have wanted throughout their entire lives but had never got the chance to get them, Sam was allowed to come on Santa's sleigh.
Now, said Santa, these reindeers do not have the ability to fly because there hadn't been any Christmas spirit for how long?
100 years, said Sam.
100 years? Whoa, I never asked anybody about it.
Suddenly, Little bits of glow was coming out of Sam, and he didn't know what to do, but he asked Santa, "What's this glow?"
"It's your belief, son," said Santa. "Now use it on the reindeer and we can fly off with all the toys."
And so Sam did, and off they went, and they came to the first country. "Question," said Sam, "how are we going to do this all in one night? Isn't that impossible?"
"Nothing's impossible, boy. I can freeze time so we can get around the whole world quicker. Just keep believing and I'll be able to do my job."
And the more that Sam believed, he felt that he was getting stronger. And not only had this helped Santa deliver all the presents, but gave them Christmas trees and stockings all over the world. And the food too. You know, for Christmas lunch or dinner. Now Sam was full of power, and by the end of it, Santa said to him,
"Now that you brought back Christmas, if it's been brought back at all, I would like to thank you. When Christmas Day comes, I'll have all the power in the world to make sure Christmas stays exactly as it is. Now, good night, Sam, and sweet dreams. Christmas dreams."
Then Sam was back in his apartment the next day, and behold, his apartment was filled with Christmas stuff and presents and everything. His dream had come true at last, and when he opened the presents, he got everything he ever wanted. Same with all the other children around the world. Christmas was saved, and everyone started celebrating Christmas after a while after that. This goes to show that you should never lock up Santa Claus, otherwise there probably won't be a Christmas at all, even if you think he is a burglar. But the most important thing to do is to believe. I think that's a bit of a cliche, but it's true. And by me, Liam Govan, have yourself a Merry Christmas, everyone.